couple of things on that he forgot to mention before. So there's a photo booth that has been up just outside there that you can all go in, get photos taken, and Tim said the more ridiculous the better.
Yes, please.
There is, on the opposite tables you've got these favours, wedding favours, so Tim and Ange wish that you put the badges on and what you want to do. And some thank yous from Tim and Ange to Lindsay, who has been fantastic in organising and sorting things out here. To the bridesmaids, and specifically head bridesmaid Kerry, who did a fantastic job today. Doz for being the photographer today. Jane for the flowers. To the ushers. And vicar at the church. So that's all thank yous done. Now the speech. So, good afternoon and welcome to Scarborough. You all know me now as Simon, Tim's elder brother, and as best man I've got the task of giving you all an insight into the life of my younger brother, Tim. But don't worry, it's not that bad. So, before the humiliation commences, I'd just like to thank everybody here for attending, just echoing the comments from earlier on. This historic day, and not only is it the monumental occasion of Tim and Ange's wedding, but today, for all you historians, it is the day in 1895 that W.G. Grace, one of England's greatest cricketers, scored his 100th century in a game against Somerset. It was in the template about the internet. Tim, I also want to thank you for asking me to be your best man. It's a decision that I hope you'll not regret making after listening to the rest of what I'm going to say now. Angie, I just want to say you're absolutely stunning today, and I'm sure everybody in the room will agree. Absolutely. Tim, you got your badge up there yourself. Tim and Angie first met when they were working in Carrington's nightclub in Harrogate, and Tim was the kind of the head barman there looking after things, and Angie was working as a cloakroom attendant. And for some reason, Tim used to keep going down to the cloakroom and asking Angie if she'd mind dusting and polishing the coat hangers.
Talk about giving her the worst job.
In hindsight, it's a bit of a strange request, but at the time, Angie didn't think anything of it. But I guess it was a ploy for Tim to spend more time with Angie, and from there, their relationship blossomed. So that's about the couple, now it's about Tim. As his older brother, I've known Tim since he was a baby, and I think that it's fair to say that when we were growing up together, we had a love-hate relationship. I used to tease him quite a lot when he was younger, until at which point he realised that if he pulled my hair, then I would just stop teasing him. Like most kids growing up in the 1980s, it wasn't like it is now. We didn't have Sky or cable, no internet, we didn't have a computer in the house. So a lot of the time we used to play outside and make our own entertainment. And he needed a good imagination watching Robin Hood. The drama series that was on TV at the time, and as an 8-9-year-old, he'd often reenact one of the stories, and he even made himself a homemade bow and arrow from a stick and some garden twine, and used some of Dad's little mini canes to fire as arrows. Good lad. Anyway, so picture the scene. One day Tim was deep in Sherwood Forest, which was our back garden, and with his imaginary comrades Friar Tuck and Little John fighting the imaginary Sheriff of Nottingham. And so he got an arrow, put it into his bow, and with lightning precision fired it straight through a pane in Dad's greenhouse. So So the next battle that Tim had was to avoid Dad's slipper, which is a little less imaginary than real. The next story that I've got, as a child, Tim used to love ketchup tomato sauce and put it on absolutely everything, didn't he? And Mum used to encourage us all to eat around the dining room table. And Tim's table manners weren't as well lively as they are now, I don't know. And Mum had recently bought a squeezy bottle of ketchup, which was a novelty in 1988. And Tim used to like squeezing the bottle because when the air came out of the top it made like a whistling noise. And on this particular day, Tim had rested the bottle on his plate with the end of the bottle pointing away from him. And he was laughing to himself while squeezing this ketchup. And the air was coming out and just whistling. And then he squeezed it a little bit too hard and Dad was sat opposite. And ketchup was all over Dad's face. Anyway, so that's the end of the embarrassing anecdotes now. But next. The venues for today's events, I'm sure you'll all agree, are both fantastic. Also the church has got particular significance. And this hotel is absolutely fantastic as well. I know how much time and effort you both spent planning today. And I think you've demonstrated how committed you are to working together as a couple to get the results that you want. This also applies to the joint business that we're running with Wiltshire Bar in Harrogate. I know you've worked tirelessly on that in the past year or 18 months or thereabouts. So it's a credit to you both as individuals and that you're able to compromise, work together, support each other and achieve fantastic results. So that's it, that's my speech done. So all that remains for me to do now is to ask you all to stand up, raise your glasses. Tim and Angie.
Tim